pleased to be joined in the studio right now by Cardinals tight end Trey McBride. Trey, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys? I'm super excited to be here. This will be fun.
Yeah, well, here you go.
Okay,
you're getting some stud tight end questions. From
No,
Wolf, so
I don't want to start with that.
Okay.
How's your off season been? How about that?
Now he's
Trey?
making
Let's
small
start with that. How's your off season been?
Oh, it's been good. It's been a lot of fun. Traveled a little bit, and played a ton of golf. So it was all I could ask for the off season. It was really good.
Okay, how much 12 personnel are we
Enough of the pleasantries.
I love it right now. I love this. Okay, so your off season, what's your weight at right now?
Yeah, I'm like 245.
Yeah, that's right. 245. I already asked him that. That was the first thing I asked. You look like you've leaned up, though, dude. Have you leaned up or what?
Yeah, I feel really good where I'm at. I feel this is where I played at last year, and this is where I want to play this year. So feel really good. I just gotta continue to make sure I'm ready to go for the season.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of last year, pretty good year for you. Pretty. A lot of people would classify that as a breakout year. How do you approach this now that you've done that? I'm sure there's still a lot more you want to do, and now you have this offseason where you can kind of reflect on it, but you can't just like hang out and think about that forever.
Yeah, for sure. I feel really good where I the season I had last year, but I obviously want to build on that. I feel like I have a lot of confidence going into this year. I feel right where we left off is where we're going to pick up. So Kyler's going to have a full off season, and I'm super excited for all that. But now that's kind of the floor, and now I just got to exceed what I did last year.
Yeah, you are George Kittle to me. Okay, I mean I've said this before. Luke has been teasing me about it all show for the most part. How bent on being that wide tight end are you in 11 personnel this year?
Yeah, I think it's very, very good, because it's one of those things where we can run the ball, we can throw the ball, we can do all sorts of things at 11 personnel, and that makes it challenging for defenses because they don't know who to cover. They don't know what defensive group to be in and things like that. So being able to run block when you're in 11 personnel is very crucial for your offense.
Yes, and it's something that you got so much better on last year. That didn't happen by accident, did it?
No. It was something that the coaches brought to my attention, and it was something that I was striving every week to get better at because, if you can run and pass, it just makes you more dynamic and you're able to do so much more on the field, and it makes it hard for the defenses to cover you.
We're talking to Trey McBride. Trey, you brought up Kyler Murray. He got to play about half the season last year. I mean, at the start of the season, people didn't know if he was going to get to play 2 games, 4 games, whatever. How big do you think that was for the offense that he got to get in there and play some last season? And then how big was it just for you building chemistry with him?
Yeah, absolutely. The chemistry part of it is huge, just to get him out there, for him to throw the ball, to him see what I'm doing, for him to throw it, things like that. But I think it was huge for our offense, our team, just to see what he's capable of doing. He goes in there and he's just a dynamic player. He makes plays happen when there's no play there. So now that we have a full offseason, a full year together, I'm super excited for the growth that we're going to have this year.
And Trey, who is this tip guy that this rookie tight end that comes in? Who is this Tip Ryman guy?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal dude. He's a great player, and I'm super excited to have him in our room. He's a stud. He's a really good player, and I'm excited to see what he can do when he gets out on the field.
Yes, he comes in with a pedigree in terms of blocking for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool, and you know why. It gets me all jacked up. Because if you tell me you're the F or the move tight end in 12 personnel and rundown situation, you could be the Y tight end.
Yeah.
You could have 2 guys out there who are blocking tight ends who also can catch the ball.
Yep.
That makes that personnel group in rundown situation dangerous, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Where you can do the check with me, run it to the left, run it to the right, based on different looks. And Tip's one of those guys who he can catch the ball well too. He's just he loves to block. He loves to get down and nasty and gritty. So I love that about him, and he's going to be a great addition to our room.
Talking to Trey McBride. Trey, we did the shows out at spring training before the D-back season, the year they went to the World Series, and there was this just good vibe about, like, nobody really totally knows what this team's ceiling is, and the players were feeling it too.
Yep.
What's the vibe around this team? I know it's very early. It's just now June. It's OTAs, but how are you guys feeling?
I feel a lot more confident than at this point this year than where we were last year. Coming in with a new staff last year, we were learning a lot of different things, learning how to practice, learning how to do different things. Now we have a full year of we know exactly what to expect. We know what JG wants. We know what the offense is supposed to look like. And now we get a full year of Kyler. And I'm just excited for everything. The sky's the limit. We have so much talent on this offense, so many guys that can make plays. And it's going to be really exciting to see, how we handle it.
So what do you want to work on? What are you coming into this season and you're saying to yourself, man, I really need to get better here, or I need to do this better there? You improved so much, and it was early on. You could see your improvement. But man, the more experience you got, the more confidence you got. And it was really cool to see that development. As you come into this year, what are you really thinking about? What's on your mind, Trey?
Yeah, there's a lot of things, but the thing that comes to me the most is probably just disguising coverage, like reading coverages. The defense does such a good job of disguising different things, and your route changes based on what coverage they're running,
yes.
Things like that. So being able to determine what kind of coverage they're running in a split second and do the right thing. So for me, it's trying to make sure I'm seeing what is they're actually presenting to me and making sure I'm running the right route.
What you just described was a read route right there, right? Do you call it read route still?
Yeah.
Is that what do you call
it? We just call it whatever the route is, and then based on whatever coverage, you could flatten it off. You could keep it a little higher. You could do this. You could do that based on
on what the coverage
whatever
is.
they give you.
And the quarterback, you have to read what he's reading,
and we have to be on the same page, and that's where that whole chemistry comes in, where Kyler sees, okay, versus this coverage, traded that. Okay, I'm going to throw the ball there. And then now I got to continually do that and give Kyler a good throw.
We're talking to Trey McBride. Wolf, you're loving this one.
This dude, yeah. A good kid. He's still a kid, all right? I know you're a man, but he's still a kid to me. He's going to take a huge step. I believe this.
I know you do.
In this coming year. And I'm excited for you and what it may hold.
Yeah.
Trey, you're still early in your career, but there's been a lot of changes around here already throughout your career. But specifically with Kyler, at least from the outside, he seems different. Have you noticed that as a teammate? He just seems more intentional about being a leader.
Absolutely, yeah. I've noticed it. From my rookie year to now, he's significantly better at what he's doing. He's bringing guys along with him, and he's giving us what we need. And I think this is great. Franchise quarterback. He's healthy this year. He's our guy. Everyone believes in him. The whole organization is behind him, and now we just got to go out there and do it. So Kyler's been great. Kyler's been a great leader for this organization, and I'm super excited to see the jump that he makes from last year to this year too.
So I think metaphorically speaking, you guys are going to break out a flat shovel and bash defensive fronts right in the face. That's what I see. And you guys were elite last year, top 5 in the league in terms of running the ball last year. Can you do that again? Can you get better than top 5, do you think?
Yeah, I think we ran the ball really well last year, and that's something that we're trying to continually get better at, because there's still a lot that we left out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, James is a phenomenal running back. We got Trey that just we added from Florida State, and our offensive linemen changed a little bit too. So I'm excited to see what these guys can do to run the ball, and then not to mention that play action pass after we run the ball is just going to be it's going to be there. Wolf.
There it is, right there. And this Trey Benson kid, what are your thoughts on him, man?
He's a hardworking guy. He's I'm really excited for him. He wants to learn. He's a phenomenal player and fast as heck. So we get the ball in his hands, and I just want to see him run.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask you about Marvin Harrison. I know we're supposed to go to break, but whatever. Marvin Harrison Jr., what are your early impressions of him?
He's a freak.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him really get going. He's been a little slow here and there this offseason, but once this training camp goes and him and Kyler get rolling, it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. Trey, thanks so much for coming in and doing this.
Yeah,
man.
thank you guys.
Thank you. That's Trey McBride. Great.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.